don't think there's any vegetarian dish as universal as falafel and hummus. You can't use canned chickpeas, so you have to soak them overnight the day before. To make hummus, boil them for 1 hour with sodium bicarbonate and salt. Add fresh squeezed lemon juice, garlic, cumin, and tahini. And then blend with an immersion blender until smooth. Then you can begin to make the falafel dough. Start by adding the chickpeas you soaked overnight, lots of fresh garlic, jalapeno, shallots or red onions, and then lots of fresh herbs like cilantro and parsley. When I used to work in a Lebanese kitchen, we used a dedicated meat grinder to grind up the falafel dough, but since I don't have one, I'm just going to use an immersion blender, and you get the same consistency in the end. Sometimes in the past, my falafels have completely crumbled in me in the fryer, so I always like to add a little bit of extra chickpea flour. Then scoop in your falafel batter into a pan with about half an inch of neutral oil. I like to use peanut oil when I'm frying at high temperatures because it has a high smoke point, but I don't like the flavors that soybean oil and canola oil give off. Of course, I had to try a sample of the falafel before I served this to anyone else to make sure it's good, and it's definitely better than the restaurant quality. If you squeeze your lemon with the cut side up, I think you're clinically insane. Right now I'm making tzatziki sauce, and I'm replacing the yogurt with cashew cream to make it non-dairy. You start by adding lemon juice or dill to the cream or yogurt, and add finely diced cucumbers to it. In our house, our favorite side for falafels is the Mediterranean cucumber salad. Roughly cut some cucumbers and finely slice a shallot. Combine in a bowl and make a dressing out of olive oil, salt, red wine vinegar, oregano, and ground sumac. Sumac's probably one of the most underrated spices in Mediterranean cooking. To plate this, I always like to make a nice indentation in the hummus to float in some olive oil. Then I neatly arrange the falafels surrounding it. I add the cucumber salad on the side and top off with more ground sumac and fresh dill. Oh my god, that tzatziki sauce was so good, and the hummus was like 10 times better than any store-bought hummus I've ever bought. Literally, the falafels are so moist inside and crispy on the outside. They don't compare anything to the box mix or pre-made ones you can get.